We're starting lesson 3, which is long division. We'll move on to long division with decimals after we've reviewed in today's lesson. So just to start, let's just make a quick list of some words that indicate division. We've seen a few of these in our word problems, and we'll continue to see them throughout the school year. So we've seen cut, we've seen split or split up, we've seen shared equally, we've seen each, we've seen equal parts. Some things like this are all similar words. Anything that is similar to these would count as a division word. You can't necessarily look it completely up out of the list. We've also seen per. The thing about per and each is that sometimes they mean to multiply. So when you see those two, you really want to be on the lookout for other supporting keywords that might be from this list or from the multiplication list. Okay, and last one that means division is fractions. All right, so you'll notice here actually that in some of these problems, our division is written differently. It's written as a fraction, okay? So first, label the divisor and the dividend. Then rewrite the division problem as a long division problem, okay? So the divisor is the thing that's doing the dividing, which means that this other number here is the dividend. Why does that matter? Well, if you're trying to write it as long division, you want to make sure that the divisor always goes on the outside. So, like this for this one. So the divisor is either the bottom of the fraction or the second number in the division problem. Okay? All right, for these we want to actually find the quotient, which means to divide. And we can use the grid to keep everything organized. So remember, the first number is going to go inside the box, inside the house, however you want to say it. And then the divisor is the second number. All right, so 26 is not going to fit into 13, but it will fit into 135. So we can check and see how many times it'll fit. I'm going to guess maybe 5 times. So off to the side, I'm going to do 26 times 5. So 30, 10. So I get 113 if I use 5. Or sorry, 130. And then I'll subtract 5. Bring down the 2. 26 into 52 is exactly twice. So we can say that this is 52 minus 0. And we got our answer 52. Okay? And notice that it doesn't have a remainder or anything like that. These are going to have perfect answers for today's lesson, just to practice. So remember now, the top number is the dividend, the bottom number is the divisor. 6 goes into 45 7 times. 6 times 7 is 42. Subtract, you'll get a 3. Bring down the 1. 6 into 31, that's 5 times. 6 times 5 is 30. Subtract, we get 1. Bring down the 2. 6 into 12, twice. 6 times 2 is 12 exactly, so we're done. We got 752. Okay, here's our word problem. Let's see if we see any keywords here, okay? Solve the problem by annotating and using the graphic organizer. Mrs. Stewart ran a school fundraiser selling t-shirts and was able to collect $1,141. If the cost of each shirt was $7, how many shirts were sold altogether? So for this one, we definitely hear one of those keywords from our list. And that keyword was, each. So we've got total collected and the price for each shirt. So the total collected, $1,141. Price for each shirt, $7. The question is asking how many shirts were sold. So we've got to see what operation will allow us to figure this out. If I have the total and then I know how much just one is, I don't think that multiplying is going to help me here. So I'm going to use the word each as a division word because I want to split up the 1,141 by 7 to see how many $7 shirts make up 1,141. So I'm going to divide by 7, write that a little neater. 7 goes into 11 one time. 1 times 7 is 7. Subtract, we get 4. Bring down the 4. 7 goes into 44 6 times. 6 times 7 is 42. Subtract, you get 2. Bring down the 1. 7 goes into 21 exactly 3 times. So we multiply, we get 21, and then subtract, we get 0. So 163 shirts. Okay? If you are having any trouble with the long division steps, I recommend getting a multiplication chart out. It'll definitely help you to see those numbers you're going to need on the top. Okay? And last up, we're just going to have our reflection question, which is, what is the purpose of long division? So you can kind of see in this problem that we just did that we were trying to solve to find a missing number. So try to see if you can reflect on this word problem and others that you've done, why we use long division to solve problems.